If you're looking for an easy and affordable way to refresh and upgrade the braking system on your 2007 to 2021 Tundra, then the PowerStop Z23 Evolution Sport Rotor and Pad Kit is going to be for you. Featuring PowerStop's excellent proprietary compound pads and a full set of drilled and slotted rotors, this kit gives you everything you need to stomp on a dime every time, and they give you a great balance of performance and streetability, making this a perfect setup for a daily driver that sees some occasional harder usage. This is a full front and rear brake rotor and pad kit that's going to give you everything you need to upgrade your Tundra stopping power the easy way. And the most obvious difference between these and your stock brakes are going to be the drilled and slotted rotors. Especially if you tow or haul or do anything more than just daily drive your truck, these are going to be a welcome upgrade to the standard solid rotors. The holes and slots on the faces here help channel heat away from the face of the rotor and from the pads as well. Now, keeping brakes from overheating is the key to having them perform properly. The slots direct heat out, and the drilled holes give that heat another means of escape as they lead right to the central vanes. So despite these being the exact same size as your factory rotors, they're going to perform much better, especially under harder braking situations. Now that is of course going to be helped by the pads. The Z23 Evolution pads are a noticeable step up in performance from your originals, but these don't compromise. PowerStop utilizes a proprietary carbon fiber ceramic compound with these. So what that means is you're going to get really good braking performance with really none of the drawbacks. You get excellent initial bite and great stopping power, plus much better heat dissipation versus stock as well. The pads are thermal scorched during manufacturing to help with faster break-in, and there are central slots and rubberized shims on the back to help keep noise at bay. So these bite hard and they bite fast, and they're going to stand up to multiple full bore stops in a row without fail, and they're not going to make a ton of noise. Now PowerStop also claims that these produce virtually no dust. Now, no brake pad is entirely dust-free, it's just how they work, but the other benefit to that carbon fiber ceramic compound is that these produce very little dust, and that's going to help keep your wheels clean. Like I said, virtually no compromise. For what it's worth, I've run a similar kit on my own truck for a few years now, and even loaded up with a heavy car trailer, the PowerStops have been everything they claim and more. Enough so that I've put them on other vehicles as well, so I can give them a pretty ringing endorsement. I've yet to be anything but seriously impressed with the performance of these, and I think you will be too if you put them on your truck. The rotors are made from cast iron, similar to your stock brakes, but they're made using G3000 metallurgy, so that means this has a higher percentage of carbon in the metal itself. Now, like the vanes and the drilled holes in the faces of the rotors, this composition is extremely helpful in dissipating heat. The rotors also have this nice silver zinc plating, so that's going to help prevent rust and corrosion, so these will look good and perform well for a long time. They're also perfectly mill balanced, so they're going to provide smooth operation as well. The pads again use that proprietary carbon fiber ceramic compound that's designed for excellent heat dissipation and consistent performance with good feel and low dust and noise. PowerStop also includes all new premium stainless steel hardware and brake lubricant in the kit, so this is going to be everything you need for a full brake job, and it's a really high quality kit as well. About the only compromise, in fact, is the price. Coming in at around $525, this kit is not exactly a drop in the bucket. However, this is where I get on my soapbox. Good brakes rarely come cheap, and this is not a place you want to skim out if you use your truck a lot, be it a daily driver or something you use for work. Considering that the Z23s are a pretty significant performance improvement over stock, and they include both the drilled and slotted rotors and the uprated pads, it's worth the spend on this. About as close as you can get to a full-on big brake kit without having to pay that big brake price tag. And in my book, it's always worth spending a little bit extra on good brakes. Installation comes in at a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and installing this kit is definitely a job you can accomplish at home. Expect it to take you around 3 hours to complete, and even if you've never done a brake job before, this is not a difficult one. It just requires some time and patience. Everything is designed to bolt right on using all your factory equipment, and again, you've got new shims and new brake lubricant included in the kit. We're also going to walk you through the entire process right now, so for that, let's head on out to the shop.
For this install, you will need an impact, a 12mm socket, 17 and 19mm ratcheting wrenches, caliper compressor tools, a caliper hanger, needle nose pliers, and also not shown here is the jack and jack stands. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some brakes on our Tundra, but before we get started we're going to send you to watch a quick video on how to remove your factory brakes, and we'll see you when you get back.
So the first thing we're going to do, now that I have my wheel off, I have our vehicle on the lift. If you're at home on the ground, make sure if you jack your vehicle up, you put jack stands under it so you support it properly. First thing we're going to do is remove this clip right here. I'm going to pull that out. That's going to give us access to punch both our pins out. Then we'll be able to lift up and then remove our brake pads. So now I'm going to take my cutting pliers. I'm just going to get in here just like this. Pop this clip out like that. And then get down here and do the same with the bottom one. Just pull it out. We'll take it off just like that. Once we get that out of the way, we will just be able to push our pins, pull them out. Same with the bottom one. That'll give us access to lift our pads. And that little clip popped off, but not a big deal. We'll put that on when we put the new ones in, and we'll get our pads out and remove our pads. Next, I'm going to take my 12mm with my 3/8 gun, and I'm going to loosen this bolt up here. That'll give us access to move our brake hose. We'll get that bolt out of the way. That'll let us slide our brake hose off. That way when we get our caliper removed, we'll be able to set it down. Just won't be holding it up. So now we have two bolts right here, this one and this one. They're 19mm. I'm going to take a 19mm on a breaker bar and break these two loose. They are usually on pretty tight. I'm just going to get them loose with my breaker bar. That. Then I'll switch over to my 1/2" drag ratchet with my 19mm and bring them out the rest of the way. Same on the bottom one here. And once I get them loose enough, I'll be able to remove them by hand. And same with the bottom one. And that'll allow us to slide our caliper off. I'm going to just let it hang just there, right like that. Last, what we're going to do is just grab a hold of the rotor. Now sometimes you have to smack it with a hammer right here. Ours is pretty loose. It's a newer vehicle. So I'm just going to be able to grab it, slide it right off.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Now that we have our factory setup off, it's time to begin installing our new set. Now the first thing we need to do is compress our caliper pistons to make room for the new pads and new rotor. So what we're going to do, grab our caliper compressor tool. Now for the front on these, you have pistons on both sides, so you will need a dual spreader. So we're going to set this in. Now we've got our compressor in. Push our pistons back. Next, we're going to install our new rotor. Now these are labeled for each corner of your vehicle. So we're on the front passenger side. So that's the one we've got. So we're going to set this onto our hub. Now one thing you can do when installing your new rotor to keep it more straight up and down and even, you can grab one of your lug nuts. We're going to thread that onto our stud. This is just going to keep it from sliding down too much so we can get our caliper and pads on without it being too out of whack. Now we can reinstall our caliper. Take that off the hanger, over into position, line up our mounting points. Then we're going to reinstall our 19mm bolts. Get this first one started. Get our upper one in place. We're going to take a 19mm ratchet wrench and tighten these back down. So now we'll get our outer pad in. This is going to be the one without the wear bar. You want to line that up with your pin locations. best you can for now. Now we're gonna seat our inner pad, same way we did with our outer one. Line that up with our pin locations. Next we can install our slider pins, and it's always a good idea to grease these. Slide these through. Now before we install our lower pin, we're gonna get our clip in place. And it's locked in. It's gonna sit in between our pads. Sometimes these can be a little bit of a pain. Get our pin started. Make sure your pin goes through this clip. Both sides. Now we're going to install our retainer pin onto our sliders. So you want to get that in both of your pins. And we're going to hook this into our caliper, just like so.
So now we're going to remove our rear brake system. We're going to remove the caliper. There's two 17 millimeters here I'm going to have to remove. Then we'll get back here. There's two 19 millimeters back there. We'll remove the whole brake caliper bracket that holds it on, and then that'll give us access to get to the rotor. So now we're going to remove these two first, these two 17 millimeters. I'm going to take my 17 millimeter, my 1/2 inch drive ratchet, break them loose. Same with the bottom one. And screw these bolts out. Get them out of the way. And that'll allow us just to set our caliper aside, which will give us access to start removing our brake pads. That's one. Remove the outer one here. Just wiggle them out. Now that our brake pads are removed and our caliper is removed, that'll give us access to these two 19 millimeters, which we'll get off now. So now we're going to go and remove our two 19 millimeters here. I'm going to take my 19 millimeter socket with my 1/2 inch drive breaker bar. Break these two loose. They're on there pretty good. So once I get them loose, I can go back to my 1/2 inch drive with my 19 millimeter and remove these two bolts. Set these aside, and that'll let us remove our caliper bracket. Now we'll be able to get access to our rotor. So now that we have our caliper bracket off, that gives us a clear shot to pull our rotor off. Now sometimes, again, you might have to smack it with a hammer if it's been rusted. This one seems like just some persuasion, she'll come right off.
Now we're on to the rear. So once again, this is labeled for rear corner, so we've got our rear passenger side. Now the one thing for this is you have your adjustment hole for your parking brake. Make sure that lines up. Now before we reinstall our caliper mounting bracket, we're going to take off the old slider clips for our pads and then install the new provided ones. Now these come off very simply. Just pop right off, so you want to take all 4 of those off, then we're going to install the new ones. Now we've got our new clips, so we're going to install those. Just pop right onto the bracket in their slots. It's a little bit of a tight fit at first. Once you got the first one fully seated, you can do the same thing for the other 3. Now we can reinstall our caliper bracket. Get this lined up. We're going to reinstall our 17 millimeter bolts. Now we'll tighten these back down with our 19 millimeter ratcheting wrench. Now we can install our new pads. Sometimes these can be a little stiff with the new clips. Pop those in. We'll do the same thing for our outer pad. Now, just like with our front caliper, we're going to have to compress our rear one. So we've got our plunger style caliper compressor for our rear one. We'll line that up. Compress our rear piston, just like so. We can set this in place and make sure your boots don't get pinched or your slider bolts. Now again, you want to make sure these are greased as well. Slide these in, get these started. Upper one in. And we'll tighten those down with our 17mm ratcheting wrench. Now once you've got this side all finished up, you can repeat the same process for the other side. Also, remember to torque your hardware back down to the manufacturer recommended specs, and also before you drive your vehicle, once you put it on the ground, you want to pump up your brakes to rebuild that pressure. And once you have your brakes all reassembled, we can reinstall our brake line bracket to our knuckle. So we'll get that line back up and reinstall our 12mm bolt. We'll tighten that back down with our 12mm socket. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our PowerStop Z23 Evolution Sport 5-lug brake rotor and pad kit for the front and rear of your 07 to 21 Tundra. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Tundra, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.